Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Just hours after he informed a police officer's wife that her husband was never coming home, frustration bubbled over for the chief of the Detroit Police Department.
This is unacceptable, and this should be the line. Whatever your tipping point is, this should be it.
Senseless gun violence on our streets takes the life of a hero with a family legacy of service to our city, and the chief has had enough.
Officer Lauren Courts was a devoted Detroit police officer with 5 years on the force. But if you ask his wife, Christine, he was an even better husband for the past 11 years. But even more than that was his job as a father to his 2 beloved children. Officer Courts was gunned down last night responding to a call of shots fired. He was 40 years old.
Through the pain and heartbreak today, Courts' widow, Christine, shared her emotions with our Nick Monticelli, telling us this. He was very loyal to DPD. It was his passion. She went on to say he loved being a police officer, but he also loved being a dad. He would tell you that was his greatest accomplishment, being a dad.
Courts had a 15-year-old son and a 9-year-old daughter. Last night, he and his partner responded to a call of shots fired on Detroit's west side when they encountered a 19-year-old with an assault rifle. Courts was shot moments after he arrived on scene, and his wife was told it happened so quickly he likely did not suffer.
Got several reporters covering this story tonight. Paula Tutman spoke with a group of officers now forced to plan his funeral.
Karen Drew is uncovering new information on the accused shooter, but we begin with Rod Maloney. He's live tonight at Joy Road and Marlowe where this all happened. Rod.
Yeah, and right behind me, Kimberly, is the building where it happened, and the shooting started in the windows that you see are broken out, shots coming from inside going out, and that's how Officer Courts was shot. But then later, it all moved downstairs. The Detroit Police Department has lost 6 officers in 5 years in the line of duty. Chief White looking for some help from lawmakers, prosecutors, and judges.
We need the courts, we need the lawmakers to step up. It's getting a little bit old hearing about what everyone's going to do. It's time to do it.
Here's what happened. 7:30 last night. Surveillance cameras rolled as a gray Dodge Caravan drives east on Joy in front of the Desire Salon. Look at the window in the top left. You'll see puffs of smoke as the gunman fired on that van. And then a muzzle flash. The shots hitting the ground behind, and the van drives away. This is what brought officers to the scene. About 5 minutes later, as officers arrived, the gunman fired out the window, hitting Officer Courts as he sat in his scout car. Officers quickly started converging on the scene, and when the man with the gun came down the stairs onto the street, they shot him before he could shoot at another officer. Chief White saying Officer Courts' partner, Amanda Hutchins, nearly died trying to save his life.
She makes the decision to give her partner a chance to live, keeping her back to the assailant. I've never seen anything like that.
This afternoon, one neighbor brought balloons, starting a memorial.
It's sad for the family because they ain't gonna see that member no more.
That woman also said that the Detroit Police Department is short a very good officer, and she wants officers to know that there are people out here who support them. Again, the shots being fired up the top here, down, and we're told that it was a gun that had a banana clip with a lot of rounds, and we believe that a whole lot of rounds were fired in addition to the one that killed Officer Courts. Reporting live on the west side, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Yeah. All right, Rod, we are also uncovering new information into this shooter and his criminal past.
He is 19-year-old Imani Davis, and he's had other run-ins with the law. Karen Drew is digging into his background. So, Karen, what else have you found?
Well, it's disturbing, Kim and Devin. I've been able to dig up some very disturbing information on the 19-year-old. It deals again with weapons. I've uncovered 2 incidents in East Point. Let me bring you back. It starts in January of last year. He was charged with a weapons offense of improper possession in or upon a motor vehicle. So get this, he pleads guilty. he gets 12 months probation and an $15 fine, if I can correct that graphic, $815 fine. Okay, that's back then. Now, sources telling me Davis was also involved in a situation June 9th in East Point, so just about a month ago. He was arrested on weapons charges again, still trying to dig exactly into what happened on June 9th. I can tell you, a warrant was brought to the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office. That was brought June 21. It was in relation to what happened in East Point. They were seeking 4 counts: reckless use of a weapon, carrying concealed weapon, felony firearm, tampering of evidence. Now, from what I've been able to uncover, some of that evidence was actually sent to the Michigan State Police Crime Lab. We do know we've reported on delays there. They were waiting to hear back from the crime lab. I did talk to Peter Lucido, the Macomb County prosecutor, late this afternoon. He told me the protocol and procedures were followed. There was no dropping the ball. Lucido then went on to say it takes time to get a warrant signed. They need to go through the information and the evidence. I asked about that June 9th incident, if an AK-47 type of weapon was used in that case. He said no. I'm still doing more digging. I think there might be something else to report on this. My sources are sharing information. Everyone's upset about the way this has been handled. I'll let you know when I learn more. Back to you.
Okay. All right, Karen, thank you. And as Karen said, today has been a raw and emotional day for the entire community, especially the tight-knit members of the police department.
And that includes the select group that now has no time to grieve the loss of a friend. They have to get busy planning his funeral. Paula Tutman live with more on that. And Paula, some of these folks knew Courts back to when he got out of the police academy.
Yeah, absolutely. And you say the word community, but let's break down what that means. Officer Courts had a family. He had friends. He also had a family. Those were blood family. He also had a family who wore blue. Those were his family members. Also, the community as well. But let's go back to his family in blue, because today they are having difficulty holding back their tears. To walk in the shoes of a Detroit police officer today is difficult, particularly if you personally knew Officer Loren Courts, who spent his early days out of the academy in the tactical unit of the department.
Officer Courts, he just a nice young man. Came out just full of energy, like we all are when we come out of the academy, and he just loved being the police. He loved the idea of helping, people.
It is also particularly difficult if you knew his father, who also served on the Detroit Police Department force.
I am a product of a law enforcement family. My mom retired as a sergeant, so my mom and his dad are very good friends.
It is an excruciating honor when you work the tactical force and you meet these bright-eyed, enthusiastic, dedicated kids straight out of the academy. And then when something like this happens.
To now planning his funeral, it just doesn't seem right.
The burial of a fallen police officer is different. It is steeped in as much tradition as it is gratitude.
My primary functions are to make sure that he has all the proper military honors that he deserves when it comes to bagpipes, drummers, buglers, flyovers, presenting flags to his family, 21 gun salute with the honor guards. The honor guards will stand to show their honor for our fallen DPD member.
There is no time to properly grieve, yet you do, because the planning begins immediately.
We've done a lot of these, and in my almost 24 years in the department, we've buried a lot of people. When we kiss our loved ones, our kids, or my mom called me every day. My dad would talk to him, almost every day. They don't think that's the last time they're going to hear from me.
But make no bones about it, today stings through the bone and into the marrow for every single officer. And so the tactical unit will work with the family to find the time, the date, and the place. But understand this, while this is their job, every time they plan a line of duty death funeral, it feels like the first time for them. You can feel it, you can feel the pain in their voices, and so you can only imagine what it is for blood family as well. Guys, back to you.
That's exactly right. There's clearly nothing routine about what they're going through. All right, Paula.
No.
And Officer Courts' widow, Christine, conveyed her heartbreak today in a post to Facebook. She writes, quote, I'm broken, and I can't begin to imagine how we are going to live without him. My babies need him. I need him. I keep thinking I'm going to wake up from this nightmare, and he's going to come home." End quote. And a GoFundMe account has been set up to help Quartz's family so they don't have to worry about any bills and other costs. We posted a link to that on our website, clickondetroit.com. And our coverage of this story is going to continue over this next 90 minutes of news.
In fact, ahead here at 5:30, Detroit Chief James White will join me live to talk about what his department is going through. At 6 o'clock, you're going to hear from Officer Court's father. As we've mentioned, he is a retired Detroit police sergeant. Also, how the Detroit Police Foundation is stepping in to help the family in the midst of this tragedy. So a lot coming up here, and our coverage continues online at clickondetroit.com, where you can find more moving words from Court's wife, and you can find that link right on the homepage. All right, today there are a number of new developments in the battle over abortion rights here in Michigan.
That's right. One involving the court battle over that 1931 law. The other, a massive response to a petition drive aiming to defend reproductive rights in our state. Mara McDonald is live tonight with where things stand on this, Mara.
Hi, Kimberly, and add another one into the mix. Late this afternoon, the governor sending a letter to the feds asking for guidance and clarity for Michiganders who opt to cross the border to Canada to get reproductive care. Let me show you everything. New today, Michigan's GOP-led legislature is asking the Court of Appeals to halt the injunction Governor Whitmer secured, which is preventing a 1931 law which criminalizes abortion in this state to go into effect. According to the brief filed, the legislature claims the judge who made the ruling engaged in judicial overreach. If the legislature is successful, that 1931 law would then go into effect immediately, which puts the women who seek abortion and the doctors who perform them at risk of criminal charges.
Come on, join the fight!
While the GOP-led legislature is making that move, the group Michigan Reproductive Freedom for All has done what many thought was unthinkable. It's collected 800,000 signatures to put abortion on the ballot this fall, in a year where multiple candidates were kicked off the ballot because they couldn't get 15,000 valid signatures. It's a major victory for this group to secure 800,000. They need 425,000. Amid these moves, Governor Whitmer sent this letter to the feds today, asking the federal government to provide guidance and clarity that women who cross the border looking for reproductive care face no legal obstacles. Back here live, Michigan Reproductive Freedom for All has until July 11th to turn in all those hundreds of thousands of signatures. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara, we've got much more to come on what is a very busy Thursday.
Indeed. Let's check in with Brett Caller.
And we've got some changes weather-wise on tap for the weekend. Starting tomorrow, as rain is set to return next week, more heat, more humidity, and more rain. But sandwiched between all that, a good-looking weekend. Break it down for you coming up.
Which is good, Brett, because it's not going to be just one and done. 3 huge concerts happening at Comerica Park this weekend.
But first, state police investigating a tragic accident that took the life of a 10-year-old. We'll have that next.